What's up, YouTube? It's RS Mario bringing you another episode 5 of my Zelda Wii U videos. Alright, so sorry there was no video last week, but a lot of stuff happened. Like, I had an interview last week. I had all the Smash stuff came out. It was just stuff that just came, like, it was like a meteor shower of stuff. It just kept coming, like deuce. And so I didn't want to just throw a video out there, I kind of wanted these to be, I kind of want to put a lot of effort into these, make these pretty good. So I just decided, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put all my effort into next week's episode to make that one better. So that's kind of what I did. And actually, in doing that, I actually pretty much redid what I wanted to do for this episode. Initially, it was gonna be, what if Link is a girl, but what if Link was female? And I kind of covered that last time, even though it was a rumor. I did still kind of cover that in the video, so I didn't want to do that again, like back to back. So I came up with a completely new theory for this week, new speculation. This one is gonna be about Zelda. Now, I haven't seen this, that many places on YouTube. So this is speculation about Zelda's role in Zelda Wii U. I mean, the game is named after her, so she does have to play a pretty significant role in the game. Oh, actually, before I get started with the speculation, though, there is some news. This is actually an interview that had came out with AG Ayanuma, and he's basically talking about the whole open world. Like, this has been like a hot button topic when it comes to this game for a while. Like, it started off talking about open world, and then Miyamoto came out and was like, oh, I don't really like using the term open world. And so then I guess Ayanuma is kind of like explaining and kind of covering, since I guess open world was a bad words to use, I guess. I don't know. But he basically says, since we're talking about open worlds, let's state up front that we don't plan to have an open world in the same way other companies have been doing in recent years. Okay, so I think now from what I got from that is basically he's saying, yeah, it's gonna be open world, but it's not gonna be what you think about what you have seen in recent years, examples of open world, like the way Skyrim did it, like the way GTA does it. He's saying it's not gonna be like that per se, which I mean is not bad. I mean, I could basically see him saying that the world is kind of open, but the story is still pretty linear, and the quest, the mission system or the quest system is still pretty linear, which isn't a big problem. As long as I can explore and just see stuff, that's cool, But yeah. So now let's get into the speculation. I don't want this episode to run too long. So, alright. So the next two episodes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be focusing on Zelda and different roles she could play in the game. Now, Zelda has played a ton of roles in past Zelda games. She's been a pirate. She's been, she's been the princess forever. She's been a dude. She's been dead. She's been on a coma. She's had tons of different roles throughout the Zelda games. Now with this game talking so much about changing the formula of Zelda, open world, changing dungeons, maybe they're gonna actually change the formula about what she does. Zelda's role so far in the Zelda games has really been like the behind the scenes motivation of what's going on. She's the one pulling the strings on the side of good, motivating all this stuff to happen to protect her people. And part of this is because she has the Triforce. Oh my God, the Triforce of wisdom, and of course, that basically makes her smarter than, you know, I guess most people. She has wisdom. She has the wisdom to motivate these events, you know, to help her people. So this will probably play a role in Legend of Zelda Wii U, and it might not because there may not be a Triforce in this game. Even though I kind of doubt that seriously, since this game is taking place, well, possibly taking place right after Skyward Sword, and it's taking place on the surface, you know, which is where the Triforce was at the end of Skyward Sword. So yeah, this might take place on this is gonna take place on the surface. So there might be a Triforce in this game. So basically, I'm thinking there's several ways Zelda could go here, but if they really want to change the game, as far as the way Zelda goes, they could do it this way. They could do it like they could have it like BioShock Infinite and The Last of Us, where it's, you know, you could literally put Zelda on the forefront, you know, of the action. You know, similar to what those two games did. You know, they could have her be your backup. You know, I mean, they probably won't do that per se, I mean, because this is Nintendo, by the way. I mean, they're not gonna just, you know, hijack an idea and blatantly use it. They're going to do it their own way, you know, but that is a possibility, you know, to change her character in that way, to make her stronger. I mean, because you look at, you know, Twilight Princess, you know, she was ready to go. I mean, that was the first time we actually saw Zelda with weapons, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually, she did have, I guess, a blade or of some sort in Wind Waker. But yeah, that was the most serious we had seen Zelda in any Zelda game. They could do something like that in Zelda Wii U. You know, have her be like an Elizabeth-like character. But the one way I could definitely see them going with this game, I'll take ideas from Ico. Now Ico has a it's pretty close to my heart as a gamer. I love the Ico franchise. You know, I actually played Ico 1. It was pretty cool. And the mechanics of, you know, you and, you know, the daughter in that game were awesome. And they could kind of do something like that with the Legend of Zelda Wii U. You know, they could kind of combine the two, because now let's just take this is all speculation now. Let's just say that there is no Triforce in this game, and and basically the power that you're protecting or you're trying to get is the light force that comes up in the next game, you know, in the timeline, which would be Minish Cap. So let's just say that the light force is fused with Zelda, and you have to protect her. You know, the evil, whatever evil villain is trying to take over Hyrule this time needs the light force, and you have to protect Zelda. Alright, so the only way you could do this, since technically Hyrule isn't really created per se, it's not fully functioning, you have to protect Zelda yourself. So she has to come with you, you know, and, you know, she can piggyback off your abilities with the powers of the light force. You know, she can use them to heal you, and sometimes, or you know, they could have a system like Prince of Persia where you don't technically die. I hope they don't do that, because that would suck. But you know, they could do something like that, and it's actually, that could be viable, since technically there is a whole death timeline. You know, in order for them to not do that again, they could have it so you can't die in this game. But yeah, you know, they could totally have Zelda be a sidekick in this game, or not a sidekick, but your main motivation to protect her, because she is fused with the light force. You know, you protect her from the ancient evil. You know, if they really were going to, you know, which brings me, they could totally go this route and have Zelda be, you have to protect Zelda directly. That would be a change, a drastic change to the Legend of Zelda formula. Because always, Zelda's either kidnapped or either she's pulling the strings from, behind. But this way, she could actually be part of the action, and you actually will have to protect her from the evil. Speaking of the evil, one interesting way they could change the Zelda narrative, not the narrative, but the formula, since they haven't really said what the evil was, and the evil was totally new. Wouldn't it be interesting if the princess finally became a queen? And we all know that, queens in, modern, in media aren't always the best of people. Wouldn't it be interesting if Queen Zelda played a role in the Legend of Zelda Wii U? I'm gonna go into that next time on the next episode of my the next video. So that's about it for this video. I was trying not to go over on this video, but I had so much to say though. But so I split this into two. Next week I'll be covering the possibility of Zelda being a queen, maybe even being evil. So like, comment, subscribe, and keep it real.